I'm going to do another Blender video, and I'm going to model this well. Okay, it's a very simple model to do. It's going to use some curves and just really very straightforward modeling. All right, for beginners like me. All right, so I am in Blender 2.76. I haven't updated in a while. Haven't done much modeling either. But I've got my screencast keys on, and I've got just the default cube in there, and I'm going to turn this into a brick, scale in the Z, somewhat of a brick, scale it in the Y, and it doesn't have to look like much of a brick. I'm not going to deform it in any way, or give it a real kind of texture. I'm just going to use it kind of like this. All right, so there's my cube, my brick, right in the center of the stage there. And I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to go Control R to add edge loops, and I'm going to scroll up so I have 3 segments, and accept that, deselect, and go back out. So adding those segments will allow me to bend it better. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So I'm going to go into top view right now, and I'm going to go Shift A and add a curve, just a circle. I'm going to scale it up, and that's going to be the sort of the perimeter of my well. All right, so I'll go back in, I'll select my brick, come over, choose array. I want it to go off like this, and I'll make it 1.03. We'll start with that and give it a few bricks. I may want to make that a bit bigger, scale it up a bit bigger. Back to my bricks, and I'm going to add a curve modifier. Okay, so there it is down there, and I'm going to choose as my object, I'm going to choose my Bezier circle, and I'm going to get this. So the bricks are bending because I added those segments. Now they're a little faceted. All right, we'll sort of take care of that a little bit soon, but I could add more segments if I wanted, but I didn't want my vertices to be too much. But anyways, I'm going to increase the count now until it looks pretty good, and then I'm going to scale them, and I'll hold down Shift to constrain it till I get roughly an equal division between each brick, and it looks decent. I mean, this one might be a bit smaller, but it's not going to be really noticeable. Okay, so now what I want to do is I could do this at any point. I could go ahead and apply that array and apply that circle, that curve. Let's try just going object, apply, scale, and let's try a bevel. Increase the segments a little bit. Let's see what happens if I... All right, let's try smoothing it now. And that's probably okay for what I want to do. I want it to be a little cartoony. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I don't even need this circle anymore. I can delete that circle. I've got my bricks. All right, so now in side view, or front view as it might be, I'm going to go Shift D to copy. I'm going to bring one up to about there, and I'm going to rotate in the Z a little bit. Now I'll grab both of them, Shift T, and bring them both up, and I'll rotate Z that again, and I'll go Shift D one more time. I'll bring those up, rotate Z just arbitrarily, something like that. Okay, so that would be my well itself right there. Okay, now I want to put a little lip on top of this, so I'm going to go add a circle and bring it up and scale it so it's over the edge, maybe a little bit less than that, something like that. And I go to edit mode, F to make a face, E to extrude, and bring this up something like that. Maybe there. Back to object mode. I'm going to lift it up now so I can get both sides. Back into edit mode and face selection. I'm going to select the top face and the bottom face, and I'm going to inset this, and then I'm going to go Control E, bridge edge loops, and deselect everything, and I'm going to bring it back down and place it sort of on top there, and just have a look at that. I think I need to. Okay, so what's happened is this inner ring, it doesn't go into the center far enough. All right, so let's see if we can fix that. Come into here. First, actually, let's do Control N to flip all my polys, and I'm going to what am I doing? Alt click that ring, and I'm going to scale this inward, so I don't want it to scale in the Z. So I'm going to go Scale S, Shift Z. I'm going to pull it in like this. Let's come back and have a look at that. Okay, so that'll fit over top of that. And I think I will add a subdivision surface to this of 2. And in edit mode, I'm going to add some edge loops, bring them up, not too close to the top, so it's still a little bit rounded. And I'll put another one down here. And then on this surface, come out. Again, not too close to the edge. On this one, maybe there, and we'll do it on the inside as well, up to about maybe there, and one more down to about there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I'll bring it down now so it looks like it's sort of resting on the bricks. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Now let's go ahead and save this as well video. Alrighty, so far so good. Shift A, I'm going to add a cube, and I'm going to scale it. And top view, I'm going to bring it over to about there. And all right, I'm going to go to edit mode, face selection, grab the top, and bring it up maybe to about there. And let's have a look at that. I'm going to bring the bottom up a little bit in line there. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe a little bit more for now. I might change that later. Now let's have a look at beveling this. Let's go object, apply scale, and let's try just the bevel. Put 2 segments, but maybe decrease the profile, increase the profile. Maybe just like that. No, I don't think I like that. Alright, in that case, maybe I'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll try that. I'm going to select all the vertical edges. And I'll go Control B, pull back, and I'll give one, maybe 2 segments, but close together. Like that. And I'll select the top. I don't need to do the bottom. Control B, pull back, and give one. I'll give 2 segments as well. See if I like that. I think I like that bevel better. Just a little bit of a bevel anyhow. Okay, so let's go to side view. I'm going to select that. Let me double check the positioning. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'm going to mirror this. Mirror with respect to this piece, so I'll put it exactly on the other side, and that is going to be that. That's fine. Okay, and then I think I'll go in and I'll select one of these. Control L to select all the parts connected to it. Shift D to make a copy, and P to make its its own selection. So come out of the original one, and I've got that one. So there's the new copy right there. Okay, so I'm going to now rotate Y90 like that, and I'm going to bring this up to here. And let's look inside view, and we'll just what's going on? Origin geometry. All right, whatever. I'm going to center this. All right, centered, roughly centered. Using the baby monitor. You see that? I hear little sounds, so if my daughter wakes up, I'm gonna pause this. Okay. I'm now going to scale, just in general, all of this. Make sure, and let's bring this down. Okay, that's fine. Save this. Okay, cool. I'm going to make the roof part now, so I'll start with a new cube. Bring it up and out. Let's zoom in on this a bit. Scale it in the Y, nice and thin piece of wood. Scale it in the Z. Like that, maybe scale it in the Y again a bit. And then front view, we'll scale it in the X. And I want this not quite out as far as this piece, maybe up to those lines there. Okay, I might actually want it a bit bigger in the Z, like that. Now we're going to bevel this. Let's just try the default beveler. That looks okay. Okay, let's apply that and array. Okay, it's this one. 1.02. Let's try that and zero these out now. 0 and 0. Let's go for 5. Okay. This piece doesn't look quite centered. It won't really matter. Okay, cool. I'm going to apply that, and I'm now going to rotate X in the 45. Let's go minus 45. I'm going to bring this up. Try 3. So I want this in about the middle there, roughly like that. Let's try mirror. Mirror with respect to that piece in the Y. Okay. Okay. Let's select all of this. Bring it in a bit more so they almost touch. Let's bring this down. Okay, that's our little roof there. Let's apply that. Alrighty. Okay, now we're going to put a cylinder in here. Cylinder and bring it up. Rotate Y90. Scale in the X so it sort of almost touches. Let's have a closer look at that. Scale in the X. Hold the shift to go in smaller increments. Scale in the X a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to make it smaller, but not in the X. So scale, Shift X. Oopsie. Maybe like that, but I'll bring it up. And that's that's the thing that's going to hold the pail of water. Let me down a bit. Okay, cool. Let's add a little bit of detail to this. Control R, 2 edge loops, and now I'm going to go scale in the X to move them out equally to about, that's fine there. Deselect, go to face select mode, and Shift Alt click to get that. I'm going to extrude, but not in the end, scale, but not in the X direction. So I'm going to go E to extrude, accept, scale, Shift X. I'm going to bring these up like that, and we'll come in and we'll grab this edge, I guess that edge, and that edge, and we'll bevel just a little bit, not too much, and we'll just pull back on our mouse and put 1 segment there. That should be good enough, and we'll hit smooth, and we'll get that kind of effect. Alrighty. Yeah, alright, good enough. Okay, now I'm going to make the handle that goes through and you turn it. And actually, no, I'll go ahead and I'll do the rope. I'm not really going to make rope. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to grab this edge. So Alt, click on that, Shift D to duplicate it, D to make it its own selection, and go out of that and select that edge we just did and pull it out a little bit. And we'll bring it pretty much to the center. Okay, and then I'm going to scale it, and then I'm going to go into edit mode, select it, F to make a face, E to extrude, and to pull it out a bit like that. So you notice it's a little bit discolored there, so I'm just going to select it all, Control N to flip the polys all in the right direction. And now, again, this is not going to be really rope, but again, we're doing a cartoon kind of thing. I'm going to select those edges, and I'm going to go Control B to bevel, pull back 1, maybe I'll put 2 segments, and hopefully when I smooth it, it'll seem sort of from a distance a little bit like a rope going around. I'll get another one here, Shift D, and put another one. I could array this, but I'm going to do another one, another one. I'll do 5. And then I'll grab all of them and bring them back to the center. Like that. So it looks a little bit like rope twined around. A little bit. And, geez. Well, I guess to make the other one going down, we'll just grab another, not that, another edge. Shift D, or did I do Control D? Gee, did I make a copy? What is it? Shift D, P to make its own selection. Did I do that right? There we go. There it is. Origin geometry. Let's rotate Y 90. Bring it down and scale it and sort of make it a cylinder. And bring it right into the center. I'm trying to get it around the same width. Alright, E to go into it, select it, F, and then E to extrude. Did I say E to go into it? Not sure if I said that or not, or why. There's the rope going down. guess I could hide all this. Ah, geez, they're all this now, all in one. I'll just scale in the Z, bring it down further. I'm sure it's pushing up, or maybe not. Maybe I have the pivot point up at the top. All right, anyways, let's bring all that back. That's fine. Save that. Okay, let's make the little handle part now. And the way I'm going to do that is I am going to hide. Actually, I want to join all these parts together. Control J. Oh, did I not apply that? Yeah, I guess I did. Or maybe it applies it itself. How am I doing? Let's not do that. Where am I? 160. Oh, I guess I'm not high anyhow. All right. Okay, hang on a second here. Okay, I seem to have subdivision surface on all of that. I don't want that. Get out of here. Okay, I don't know if I joined this or something. So I'm going to see if I can just get that, make it its own selection. Did I do that? Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. Okay, now this guy, that might be better. Subdivision surface of 2. I'll apply that. That's better. Now I can join these. My poly count doesn't go crazy. Jeez, I don't know exactly what happened there. All right, so Shift A. I'm gonna make a plane. I'm gonna bring it up roughly in the middle here. All right. Edit mode. Vertex. Alt M, and I'm going to merge the points at the center. And I'm then going to bring this out to this end, and this is where it's going to start from, and we'll work on that end in a bit. And I'm going to extrude this point through here like this. And I think at this point I really do want to see everything. So going back into this. Okay, I'm going to bring this point, where do I want to bring it? Well, for now I'll bring it, I'm not sure if it needs to be over the edge or not. So, heat extrude again, I'm going to come down just a little bit. Heat extrude again. I'm going to come out past this. I think this wants to come down just a little bit more. Okay, just like that. Okay, now, so I've just laid down a bunch of vertices here. I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to go Control B as if I'm going to bevel, and I'm just going to click to accept. And then I'm going to hit F6 on the keyboard and bring up this bevel dialog box. I'm going to click vertex only, and I am going to increase the number of segments and the amount, and you'll start seeing points get added and curving out this line. Now, if you lose it, if you move, you can just hit F6 again, and you can continue to adjust that. Okay, but I want a nice curve like that. Okay, maybe with a decent number of points. All right, and then I'm going to go into object mode. There's my curve. There's a bunch of different ways that you could do this, and I may not want it to stick out this far, but anyhow, I'm going to go with that selected, Alt C, curve from mesh text. Come over to the curve panel, choose full, start bringing up the depth, and increase the resolution a bit. And you'll start seeing sort of like a pipe-like structure. Now you can smooth this, select it and smooth it. Okay, and then, you know, once I'm happy with this, I'm going to select it again. I'm going to go Alt C, mesh from curve. So now I have it. Okay, it didn't increase my poly count too much. Now, I think I'm going to put it there. All right, I'll work on this end in a bit. So now I'm going to go into this a little bit and do some final work. I'm going to select that edge, have to make a face, and then put an edge loop about there. And in face select mode, I'm going to grab all that. I'm going to go E to extrude, scale, Shift X, and it's going to bring it up. So there's like a kind of like a handle on it. And now I'll put a couple of edge loops to tighten that up. There. Not too close. There. There. Okay, so have a look at that. You know, so it looks, you know, like that. And then what I'll do over here is I'll take it again, and in edge select mode, I will select this edge. No, this edge, not all of it. That edge. I'm gonna pull it in first. I have to make a cap, and I think, well, no, I can't just leave it like that. So I'm going to put an edge loop and just pull until I see it show up. There it is. Pull back a little bit. Like that. Normally I wouldn't have done that, but I wasn't happy with the end. Yeah, whatever. Last thing I think I'll do is I'll come in here and I'm just looking for a ring. I don't need to do it that way. All right, Shift A, circle, and bring it down below, scale. Have to make a face, E to extrude it, pull this one down. Select it all, Control N to flip the normals. And let's just try to smooth it in general. It'll get that effect. All right, so that's roughly what I was going for. If you compare to the other picture, no, it's pretty similar. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's maybe it's not. But that would be the model. And then if you wanted to just do an OpenGL render, you just do that. So there you go.